Greetings, Marvels and Marvelettes. It is with sad face that I bring you the news that Marvel Heroes or Marvel Heroes Omega is now shutting down. The news has come out today, November 15th, that unfortunately Marvel Heroes goes bye-bye. This is really sad because it wasn't too long ago that it broke out into the PlayStation. I mean, I don't think the Xbox, but at least the PlayStation 4, the game showed up over there, so that was available for console. Apparently, this is where some of the issues started. I've heard people say that one of the gripes that they had was, hey, we were promised on the console, essentially the... Where's my Carnage? That's weird. The PC level experience. I retarded. Where is my Carnage? Is he somewhere else? Because he's not actually... Oh, because he's Spider Carnage because of the outfit. That's why.
Didn't think we'd hold out much longer.
So yeah, some people were like, you know, it was being on the console that did it. We were promised the console experience will be the PC experience, blah blah blah. And of course, what was on the PlayStation 4 was not directly in line with what was live. Now, I can't get into that because I didn't really care to do it on the console. I was already very well established with this game on the computer, on the PC. I'd been playing it since the beta. As a matter of fact, if you go way back in my channel, I sang this game's high praises.
Don't even get me started about
really.
that guy.
And one of the first things that I did is I did a video called Gazillion Gets Crafting Done Right. Because crafting in this game, I felt happened to be one of the best of any free-to-play MMO out there. Or even any MMO. I just thought it was really good. Happened to do a video on it. Got a lot of hits. Because a lot of people tended to agree. And it also served as a good tip video for people. They were like, oh, so that's what you do with this, and that's what you do with that, and okay, alright, now I get it, blah blah blah. And I really liked the game dating back to its beta. It was one of the games that I was very happy to be part of the beta for. I really enjoyed, wow, my first decent weapon. Really enjoyed being part of that closed beta and open beta at the time. However, early on in Marvel Heroes' career, they kind of began to get some shit. And the reason is that people were like, hey, Gazillion, you're kind of being greedy, grubby hands over here when it comes to the heroes. And back at the time, what the deal was is that your heroes dropped like loot out in the world, or you paid a reasonable price for, like, the currency conversion was not really that good at the time, back in 2013 and everything. And the game caught a lot of flack for that. So Gazillion listened, unlike, say, Electronic Arts, the fucking bastards. Gazillion listened and said, okay. Yeah, alright, this system seems a little flawed right now. Let's go ahead and change it, and we're going to make it a little bit less expensive to get heroes. Now, admittedly, all throughout the game's career, popular heroes were always a little bit on the more expensive side. So, Hawkeye and Daredevil as compared to Deadpool, well, you know, there was really no comparison. But Gazillion said, alright, you know, we hear you. You guys are bitching. We're going to make this a little bit better. We'll see what we can do. So that's when Heroes changed over to not only real life cash currency, but Eternity Splinters. So now when I was playing the beta, I actually got Scarlet Witch because Scarlet Witch dropped as a piece of loot. Which, if you really think about it, I mean, obviously we're suspending disbelief. I'm playing a mutant symbiote, well, not mutant, but I'm playing a symbiote that is wearing a fucked up version of a Spider-Man costume, and of course Spider-Man himself is not believable, so clearly belief is suspended. However, the thought of an actual hero dropping as loot from an enemy is rather astounding, if you think about it. It is a little on the oddball side. Well, the game changed that, and things became a lot better, and everybody sung Gazillion's praises. Everybody was like, dude, wow, you guys nailed it with that. And kind of like the way Final Fantasy XIV was when it relaunched as Realm Reborn, Gazillion completely pulled this game out of the shitter. I mean, this thing was so far in the shitter at the time, it was in the septic tank. That's how bad Marvel Heroes was getting considered right around the time it was coming out of the initial beta, because everybody said everything is overpriced. And when they decided to go live and rework things when they called it Marvel Heroes 2014, everybody was like, oh my god, you guys did it, you guys are great, this is so much better, yeah, the splinters work, and your cash conversion's so much better, awesome. And if you've watched any of the older videos on any Marvel games on my channel, I've always said when it comes to buying power in a Marvel game, and just the general economic sphere of a game, I always considered Marvel Heroes like tops, and then Marvel Future Fight, Marvel Avengers Alliance in the middle, and then way in last place is Marvel Contest of Champions, because fuck Marvel Contest of Champions currency conversion. That game is such a jip of a goddamn ripoff. I hate that game for it. I get so many dupes in that game, and I get so many high-powered crystals that wind up giving me dupe. It's so rare that I get anything new in there, and it's not like I have, you know, a 15-year something roster in that game. I just get shit all the time, like a 1-star Scarlet Witch, or a 2-star Cyclops when mine is 2-star Colossus when mine is 4-star. Honestly, fuck Kabam and fuck Contest of Champions, but this game has always been one of the ultimate best. And to lose this one now is really sad. Fortunately, in the mobile sphere, Netmarble has bought out Kabam, so Contest of Champions and Future Fight should hopefully be going strong. But here in Marvel Heroes, sadly, I smelled the spray paint on the wall for at least a couple months now, and I'll tell you why. Every time I logged in, which started to get sparse, I used to log in as close to daily as I possibly could so that I could get my daily rewards and everything. Unfortunately, I was not as consistent as I used to be with it. A lot of games just kind of started taking over my PC attention. And I was not as daily as I wanted to be with this game. Well, one thing I noticed is that every time I logged in, there was nothing but, you know, references to Carnage, which was the last hero I got.
Class is in session.
And I was like, are they not doing anybody new? What is going on here? And then I noticed I wasn't patching anymore. If you played this game for several years, at least on the PC, you'll know this game patched like crazy. Sometimes you would log in, and it's like, dude, I'm gonna go get married, I'm gonna go raise a kid to college age, and right around the time he graduates, that's probably when this patch is gonna come due. And not only that, but it patched so frequently. It patched all the time. You could play it at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, leave the game, get some lunch, go outside, get some Starbucks, do some grocery shopping, come back and play it around 5 o'clock in the evening, and you'll be like, oh my god, there's another patch. Patched all the time, but for months, nothing was happening. No new heroes, no patches. And I'm not saying...
I can just feel myself getting
I was like, oh man, the game's gonna die. We're gonna get Marvel Avengers Alliance over here or something like that. That's not what I was feeling. I won't claim credit for that. But I will say that, kind of like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, I raised an eyebrow or two or five. When I put two and two together there, I was like, they're not talking, like, it's talking about beasts, talking about carnage, nothing new, no uniforms, no patches? Really? Another? And I was like, every time I logged in and there was no patch, I went, you gotta be kidding me, you gotta be kidding me, you gotta be kidding me. And I guess today we find out why. Free hero of your choice at the anniversary event vendor in the Avengers Tower. Who is the anniversary? Is it you? Can't tell because the text is wrapping on each other. There's the special event terminal. Nope, that's not it. So... yeah, I kind of knew something was up. I really did. How many Eternity Splinters do I have lately? Currency. Eternity Splinters. 578. Who is really, really expensive? Old Lace. Stashes. Ultimate Powers. Huh. Not even listing a hero anymore. I'll show you guys my final roster over here because it's pretty varied. I mean, it's not huge, and it's not super developed either. But you know, it's reasonable overall. So yeah, really sad. I wonder what these pom-poms
We're
do.
positively rolling in it.
Pom-poms. Cause all nearby players to cheer. Oh yeah, I have one of those equipped already. Balloons.
I sensed that you would come here.
So, sadly, we're losing another Marvel game. And again, it seems to be Disney that's doing it. However, there has been a little bit of a cloud of darkness around Gazillion. Some people have been saying, dude, if you've been following the company for a while, you know they've kind of been shitting the bed a little bit. I don't really know about that, because I haven't been hearing news about them. Then I heard today, oh, well, there's sexual allegations going on in Gazillion. And I'm like, what? Like, what doesn't have sexual allegations now? I mean, from NeoGaf to an esports manager to... I mean, it's all over the place, but I don't really know how much of that is true. I don't know what is going on with Gazillion, to be honest, but maybe it's Disney on this one. Maybe Disney is doing to this game what they did to Marvel Avengers Alliance, but much like Marvel Avengers Alliance, it seems like right as the game has something big to talk about, it goes under. So for Marvel Avengers Alliance, it was to talk about the next season, Season 3. And everything was getting built up like that. Marvel Avengers Alliance 2 was new. It hadn't even cleared 6 months from its release yet. Yes, it had been in closed beta in other countries for a while, but for the global release, we hadn't even cleared 6 months by the time it went under. I don't know what is going on with Disney and Marvel. I feel like there's somebody in Disney who just pushes button in a control center goes, kill this, kill that, ha ha ha, kill this, like, gleefully wringing their hands and twirling an evil handlebar mustache and just pushing buttons to kill Marvel games. I don't know why this game would get shut down. I mean, there's people all over the place. I don't think it started failing to bring in money or people. I think the PlayStation port is doing well, other than maybe people complaining about, hey, we're not getting the PC experience here. I don't know. I don't really know what is going on here, other than Disney's like, yep, sorry, Gazillion, we're, like, pulling this. And now we're not going to have this game anymore. And admittedly, you know, I've not been super religious about playing it, but I've always considered it fun, and there's a lot of characters that I really would have driven up to 60 at some point. Angela was a recent acquisition. I would have loved to have played her. Beast, Black Bolt are fairly new. Black Cat's kind of old at this point. Widow is relatively old for me. Cable, Captain America, kind of in the middle. My Cyclops is 50 out of 60. I wanted to finish him. I did want to get around to Doctor Doom at some point. Doctor Strange is another one I would have been interested in. I had a blast on Emma Frost, my, like, first main. I was kind of interested in Green Goblin. Iceman I would have liked to have pushed up. Jean Grey I would have liked to have played. Juggernaut I played a little bit. Kitty, I spent a lot of time on Kitty. She got a 52 out of 60. I wanted to complete her.
What's this world coming to?
Magic is a completed 60. Loved her to death. Loved playing her. That's why she's 60. Would have loved to have gotten around to Magneto. Nick Fury, I was part of the way through when I switched to Carnage. Nova was kind of fun. Psylocke didn't quite impress me in this game the way she did Marvel Avengers Alliance. Rogue is a blast. I am so sorry to see Rogue go. Her ability to suck off powers and store them and then build a ability set based on what she's sucked off from friends and enemies and everything. I really like that idea. That is my hero fantasy for how I wanted to play Rogue in a game. And this is the game that really did it for me in terms of how I wanted to play Rogue, or how I would imagine Rogue would be. There's my Spider Carnage. He's kind of my newest. Squirrel Girl, I've heard, is actually a bucket of fun, and you should play her. I worked a little bit on Star-Lord, Taskmaster. Ultron is another capped at 60. He was a lot of fun. And Winter Soldier is starting there. And that's it. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot in this game that I didn't have in terms of a raw hero. And, you know, looking down the list, I have Beast. I don't know why I don't know why the buy now is there on Beast and Black Bolt. I have them. And Black Panther. And Deadpool. And Elektra. Oh, maybe because they... Yeah, that's right. You get the free 10 levels. Okay, that's right. You can play them up to 10. That's why it's saying that. So as you can see here, all these owns, they come from the buy one, get one free sales that they did a lot. So I get a hero that I would want, I would happen to inherit just another random hero. I didn't always get super lucky and get a free hero that I really wanted to play, but... I mean, my roster is ridiculously solid here at this point, and some of these costumes, you know, I'm really going to miss. This game, along with Marvel Avengers Alliance, had great costumes. So you've got Civil War, you've got his classic, you've got Ant-Man movie, Beast has his X-Man one, Black Bolt's got a couple. Well, yeah, just a couple. His normal classic. Black Cat has one that kind of looks like Eartha Kitt from Batman, the original Batman. Black Panther has a ton. Spider-Man has a ton. I'm not going to go through all these, but I'll go through some people who've just got a lot for memory's sake. The enhanced Captain America one over here. Arctic is fairly new. Avengers, Age of Ultron, Civil War, the first Avenger, Marvel Now, which looks pretty classic. Modern Soldiers, a fairly new costume. Captain America Nomad, Original, Reborn, Cool Shield over here. Winter Soldier, another pretty cool one. Age of Ultron, no mask variant. Marvel, she's got a lot. Never see too many binaries, but I think that one's just cool as shit. Although boobs are really big on that one. Hate this one so much. Do not like that costume at all. That one's pretty good. Here's Captain Marvel. Classic. This is one of my favorites. I really like this Warbird one. I've always liked her face on that one, although the armor looked kind of a little cheesy. It looked like a tin or steel like plate that just is way too big for her. Cyclops has got a few good ones over here, including the classic 90s X-Men. And now the one we see in Marvel Future Fight. There's the Age of Apocalypse. X-Factor, Cyclops Original. Doctor Doom's got a few fun ones. Emma has ones that are almost just basically straight up nudity. I mean, this one's... New X-Men was always pushing PG-13. There's Phoenix Force, of course, which we had to deal with in Marvel Avengers Alliance. Punk, White Queen, Marvel Now. I always thought that was an interesting take on her, the Marvel Now one. I kind of always liked that one just because it was so radically different than the others. Iron Man, I mean, God, the game will, like, lag rendering all of these. Civil War, Classic, which we had in Marvel Avengers Alliance. Always loved the Guardians of the Galaxy one. Loved the art on that one. Heartbreaker. The original Hulkbuster prior to the movie. Hulkbuster after the movie. Mark 1, Mark 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Marvel Now. Shotgun, Centurion, Star Boost. I think he has a stealth one in there too. Jean Grey's got some crazy stuff going on, including that weird one in the back over there, and the Age of Apocalypse one, which makes me think she looks like Pat Benatar. Nothing too crazy in Loki, but of course we have Floki or Lady Loki. Over here we have Agent of Asgard, which reflects some comic covers. Classic, Siege, Loki 2016. That one's fairly new. No Jacket is fairly new. Magic, who I'm going to miss. We have the Phoenix Force. And we have Modern. I think I played her as Phoenix Force, honestly.
Okay, everyone.
Psylocke had House of M, Lady Mandarin, which I absolutely hated. X-Force, which I always thought was pretty cool. Punisher, of course, has a lot. This one over here, Franken-Punisher, is pretty new to the game. Rogue has, again, like, I really do like Age of X. This one, again, like, we're pushing the bounds of PG-13 on that one almost. 90s, of course, is really, really classic. Spider-Man's another one with a ridiculous amount. We had Superior, which is, of course, Doc Ock. Amazing. Back in Black, Big Time Green variant. Those two I don't know the history on them quite as much. Civil War, which is fairly new. Classic. Ends of the Earth. Iron Spider, which I was actually kind of interested in getting that one, but I never really played them. Ben Reilly, Scarlet Spider, Sensational, Spider-Man, Spider-Girl, and of course Spider-Gwen. I love how they're all I mean, these are completely separate people, but this game tends to lump them in. Squirrel Girl had some newer ones recently. like Unbeatable, which kind of looks like Anne Kendrick. When people are saying, hey, we should get Anna Kendrick to do Squirrel Girl, that's what that looks like to me. Star-Lord had a few. Storm's got a decent amount, very varied. Ultron, not too much was going on for him. The old original one, like we had in Marvel Avengers Alliance, the evil face Ultron, and of course the movie version. Venom had Venom and Anti-Venom and Toxin. War Machine, not too much going on over there. Wolverine's another one that has some very, very classic ones. You have Marvel Now, Classic Brown, as, you know, we would know is the tan outfit from Marvel Avengers Alliance. Fear itself, which I always thought was pretty cool. Leather Fang, Patch or Old Man Logan, Ronin, X-Men uniform, X-Force, which of course we would get in Marvel Avengers Alliance. X-23 had a bit. So, I mean, the game... I loved the game's variety of uniforms for the characters, and I always thought, like, man, if we had this version of this guy here, and this version of this guy here, from Marvel Heroes, like, those are good outfits. And we're seeing a bunch of these outfits showing up in some of the other games, like a lot of the Age of Apocalypse stuff showed up in Marvel Future Fight. But, sadly, we say goodbye. One or two that I wanted to point out before we wrap this up was Thing and Juggernaut. So Juggernaut, yeah, you might remember Kurth. Yep, there it is. There's what Kurth was supposed to be. If you're getting triggered and having flashbacks there of Spider-Woman being Kurth, this, you'll notice, is so much like her. And Thing, of course, he's got... Is it the Thing? Where is Thing? Was I just being stupid and scroll far enough? No, where is he? Storm, Star-Lord... Why am I missing Thing? How am I... Juggernaut, Luke Cage. So, bunch of Luke, and I mean, they were even updating him when the Netflix series was coming out. Wow. I cannot believe... Is he not in a tease for Thing? Is he? Where is he? This is... Okay, wow. Thing is no longer listed in this game. Okay, so yeah, Thing was here, and he used to have some interesting outfits, including one tied to Fear itself. I guess he's gone. Huh. Oh, is Oliphant... Wow, where's Reed and Invisible One? Oh, Fantastic Four is gone. Uh-huh. Are they not on my roster anymore? Yeah, Invisible Woman is gone. Wow, it shows you how much I've been keeping up with the game. The Fantastic Four are gone. I did not know that. Huh. Well, there you go, folks. And supposedly, I think I just saw something that they said everything in the store is really cheap, so why not spend your gold and... Yeah, 50G, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, 50. Well, if there's anybody you ever wanted, or there's an outfit that you wanted, go and do it. It's just like when Marvel Avengers Alliance was throwing millions and millions and millions and millions of silver at you and everything like that. If you dreamed of having a complete roster, go do it. But, yeah, somewhere along the line, the Fantastic Four disappeared. Not that I can say that I've ever been looking for them, recently, but there we go, folks. So what do you think about Marvel Heroes shutting down? Let me know in the comments below, and see you, everybody.